you what, if you have a problem like that, even if you just get into fender bender, your entire weekend is going to be all about that. It is going to be calling your insurance company, calling about repairs, doing all of those other things. Even if you're not injured, it's just a headache you don't want. So stay off the roads if you can. Maybe you're at work or you have a loved one at work. You can call them and say, hey, honey, stay at work for another half hour or so, because things are going to be, I think, improving very, very quickly. We do still have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for portions of Suffolk, for portions of Chesapeake, Portsmouth, especially Virginia Beach. But this line of storms should be moving in and out fairly quickly, it looks like.
And Patrick, as you said, it doesn't take it being a tornado to have severe damage in systems like this.
Absolutely not. Take a look at the criteria for a severe thunderstorm. A lot of times when you get a strong severe thunderstorm, the damage can be as much as a low-end, what we call a low-end tornado, EF0 or EF1. A lot of folks will say, there's no way that was just a thunderstorm. It had to have been a tornado, and the Weather Service goes out and realizes it's straight-line winds. They know what tornado damage is versus a severe thunderstorm. And so again, a severe thunderstorm can do as much damage as some tornadoes as well. So in order for a severe thunderstorm warning to be issued, which we have 2 of those in place right now, a storm has to be producing winds of 58 miles per hour or higher. And yes, we've had plenty reports of that. Or a storm can be dropping hail of an inch in diameter or larger. An inch in diameter is the size of a quarter, a coin. We've had reports of ping pong ball size hail, 1.5 inches in diameter. While ping pong ball is very light, fill it with ice, and that's not so light. That can do some damage to you, it can do some damage to your car, it can do some damage to your roof. And again, that's not how you want to spend the holiday weekend calling the insurance company. Obviously, if a storm is producing 1 or more tornadoes, it is considered a severe thunderstorm. Lightning is not a consideration. We've had a lot of lightning with this line as it moves through, but it can be producing millions of lightning strikes. It wouldn't be, but thousands and thousands of lightning strikes. But unless it's bringing the winds, the hail, or producing a tornado, it is not considered a severe thunderstorm.
And speaking of winds, Patrick, you mentioned the CBBT. They're currently operating under a level 2 wind restrictions, which means they've had a wind at least gust over 50 miles per hour. The restriction there, basically no exterior cargo. So something to keep in mind if you're planning on traveling to CBBT, which would be a very treacherous trip at this point in time. So there are some restrictions there due to those high wind gusts. But obviously our concern right now is twofold. It is not only the wind gusts that are still out there, but these severe thunderstorm warnings that are also bringing some flooding concerns. We have a couple flash flood warnings. We have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings that are still in effect. So we may encounter problems with wind. We may also encounter problems with some flooding. And keep in mind, we've got the combo of now wet ground and wind, which brings power outages into the equation.
Oh, yeah. If I were in charge, which is a scary thought of everything, it would be at level 0. No driving over the CBBT right now at all. So if you maybe have plans to cross it, maybe you're on the Eastern Shore and you say, hey, let's head to Virginia Beach for dinner. Don't do it. At least not right now until this clears off. It is absolutely not worth it. I mean, here on the map, because we've got the radar overlay, you can't even see where the CBBT is. It's that thin, and it feels even smaller when you're driving over it in a storm. I've only driven over it in a little bit of rain, and I didn't enjoy that at all. And we're talking about more than a little bit of rain, and that's why we do have our flood warnings in effect, flash flood warnings in effect for the south side of Hampton Roads and most of the Lower Peninsula, as well, most of the south side of Hampton Roads. And both of those are in effect until 8:30 tonight because we're continuing to see the rain fall, and all of that water has to make its way through the system, make its way into the storm drains and out to sea. And when you've got more rain falling, it takes longer and longer to do that. And you see the swath of severe storms moving across Hampton Roads right now. Things are quieting down a little bit in the northern portions of Virginia Beach along the bayfront right now. That's the Windhaven River. Still some rain, still some pretty good rain, and some gusty winds right now. But you can see the most blinding rain is along 264 and point south right now, and then stretching on 264 into Chesapeake as well, or into 64 as well around Chesapeake. Wouldn't want to be driving, let's say, around Greenbrier, Great Bridge area right now. You are under the gun with heavy rain and likely those gusty winds. It could be in excess of 60 miles per hour. And then stretching into Suffolk, that's downtown Suffolk right there. So things are about to clear out of downtown Suffolk, or at least the strongest of the downpours and the winds clearing out of downtown Suffolk right now. But things are kind of sliding to the south now. And so folks across eastern North Carolina, while that matter, that likely will be changing. Let me slide the view up, and you can see it is generally moving.
Even a blade of grass, lightning will strike it.
I'll take you over the last couple of hours here so you can see the general motion for this line of storms here. And I got pretty slow, so you can see the storms making their way across the south side. Everything, the individual cells are kind of moving due east, but the entire line is kind of sagging to the south, Miles.
Yeah, so our friends in North Carolina, you're probably hearing some rumbles of thunder if you're near Murfreesboro or Hosky or Whitney. You're kind of right on the cusp of some of that heavy rain right now. So our friends in, say, Gates County would be the first area in North Carolina to be worried about these storms just kind of clipping in there just south of Suffolk, and then we'll watch Camden and Curtis up there. By the way, there's 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. The one for Chesapeake, Suffolk, and Portsmouth, that's set to expire at 6:15. Only a couple minutes left on that one. We'll see if it gets extended. And the one for Virginia Beach is set to go until 6:30. So keep an eye on that one as far as the timing goes.
And Miles, you mentioned hearing the rumblings of thunder. We haven't talked a lot about the lightning. Obviously, that can be a big concern. With the box we see on the screen, we're querying now. We have 181 lightning strikes right now. The positive strikes, the positively charged strikes, are the ones that really kind of shake your house. And so we've got a lot of those. 103 of those 182 are positively charged lightning strikes. And so the kind, I mean, all lightning strikes, the thunder is very loud, but the positively charged ones are quite loud. And that's what we're seeing right now as we look in here. This is that cluster of lightning just to the south of, so maybe South Norfolk in Chesapeake.
Videos to us by emailing them to report it as waiting. Come stay with the Super Dollar and Weather Team for updates. A severe heat-storm warning is in effect for Portsmouth and Suffolk until 6:15 p.m. and Chesapeake, Norfolk, and Virginia Beach until 6:30 p.m. These storms could produce areas of storm, damaging winds that could down trees and cause power outages. Take shelter indoors and away from windows. A flash flood warning is in effect for Chesapeake, the city of Newport, Hampton, Newport News, Norfolk, Portsmouth, Virginia Beach, and York until 8:30 p.m. Never drive through flood waters. The water may be deeper than below. Stay out of the water. Flood water can contain debris and waste or chemicals. Be prepared to move to higher ground if necessary. A severe heat-storm watch is in effect for Chesapeake, city of Robinson, Franklin, Gloucester, Hampton, Isle-of-Wight, James City, Matthews, Middlesex, Newport News, Norfolk, Northampton, VA, Portsmouth, Southampton, Suffolk, Surrey, Sussex, Virginia Beach, Williamsburg, New York until 9 midnight. A watch means conditions are favorable for severe weather to develop.
You're looking at
This came out, you went on it.
Again?
I didn't want you to find out off of some bulletin board. I know how you feel, Padre.
With all due respect, sir, this is the fourth time. Why me? You can't imagine how many nerds I knew at chaplain school who are now majors. My own sister's about to become mother superior. I think maybe somebody up there doesn't like me. I hope you understand, sir. This isn't directed at you. I'm angry with the fools and dolts and dodos at the Pentagon who have more points on their heads than the building they work in.
Frankly, Hello neighbors, I'm Jerry Rogers with Mr. Rogers Windows. Hey, did you know that your windows may be losing 25 to 30% of your home's energy use? That's right, your windows could be letting heat into your home, making your air conditioning run non-stop, wasting energy and costing you money. The best thing you can do is stop that harsh heat from coming in the first place. Our smart sunglasses are most energy efficient. It reduces heat loss, blocks nearly all harmful UV rays, and it reduces outside noise too. Plus, our Fibrex windows are 2 times stronger than vinyl, and they won't warp in extreme heat like some vinyl windows can. So stop wasting money and start saving on those utility bills. And speaking of saving, right now, you get a free upgrade to our smart sunglass. Plus, save 20% off your window or door project, and pay nothing for a full year. So call it. Give us a call or go online at MrRogersWindows.com.
Mr. Rogers Windows.
See you around the neighborhood.
Kindness is one of the most important things to me, so that's why I always come in leading with the best foot forward no matter what's going on. This is definitely a community inside this medical center. We uplift each other here. We're the first line of defense to make sure that the patient is going into a quality room to get their